The next Mass Effect has a, let's call it, Shepard Dilemma. No matter whether you think Commander Shepard should return as a playable character or not, BioWare will inevitably have to clarify Shepard's journey and subsequent fate at the end of Mass Effect 3. You see, it's not just the endings to Mass Effect 3 that presents an issue of monumental scale, it's all of Shepard's choices and actions that will in some way reverberate throughout the history of the Milky Way galaxy. So making a Shepard a footnote in the annals of Milky Way history is just not gonna cut it. They were the key figure to bring the Reaper's downfall, and theirs was the final choice that led to the ultimate fate of the galaxy. In many ways, Mass Effect is synonymous with Commander Shepard, at least to many in the Mass Effect fandom. So how do we untangle this awful mess? How do we bring Shepard back in a way that not only makes sense, but lays the groundwork for something new? Well, before we dive headfirst into this tangled nightmare, first I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, me. You see, because YouTube is becoming more and more difficult by the day, it's becoming a much less reliable source of income for many creators, me included. And so I recently started uploading exclusive content to Patreon, where I'm planning to upload all unscripted content, which includes rambling about video games that I'm currently playing, movies I've watched, TV series that I'm following, gameplay sessions with my girlfriend, and of course, much more. Now, you would be primarily supporting me in trying to make this channel into something greater, and with enough funds, I could possibly funnel some of that money back into the channel by hiring editors, which would allow me to make more content like today's video for your enjoyment. That means more cool content. More explosions, more haha, and most importantly of all, more videos to make the wait for Mass Effect, Exodus, Larian's next games much less unbearable. Not only to you, but to me as well. Link to my Patreon is in the sticky comment down below. Now, let's assume that Shepard dies. It doesn't matter if you pick the perfect destroy ending, the synthesis, or the control ending, no matter which ending you choose in Mass Effect 3, Shepard is done. Gone. Finito. A mangled mess or green space dust. Take your pick. Now you might be asking yourself, why would you suggest such a horrible thing, you horrible, horrible man? And before you start yelling at me in the comments, bear with me here. Now, going by what we've seen from the various teasers throughout the years, the next Mass Effect game will in some shape or form follow up on the story of the Mass Effect trilogy. We can assume as much because Liara The has taken center stage in most of the reveals already. Dead Reapers are also present in the teaser trailer, so we can logically just assume that we're back in the Milky Way, because as far as we know, the Reapers were contained to our galaxy only. Not Andromeda. But Liara and the presence of dead Reapers are not the only things that appear in the official teasers. Actually, there is another element that, at least according to this theory, is the key to the future of the story. Indeed, I am talking about our lamp-headed friends, the Geth. Now, the Geth has always been a driving factor in the Mass Effect trilogy. They were there at the start, serving as the main opposing faction, and in the subsequent games they were expanded upon, taking up the role as a sort of conditional antagonist or ally. Nevertheless, throughout all the games, the Geth grow strong ties with Shepard. The prime evidence to this being Legion, a character whom we grow to care about, but who in actuality is just a platform for thousands of Geth programs. And should you ally with the Geth or bring the war between them and their creators to a peaceful end, the Geth will in all likelihood hold Shepard to the highest esteem, possibly even worshipping Shepard, which isn't outside the bounds of possibility considering their worship of Sovereign back in ME1. Oh, and when you ask Legion why they are wearing Shepard's old armor, this is their response.
All kinds of organics fought Sovereign and his Geth allies. Why am I so interesting?
You were the most successful. You killed their god. You succeeded where others did not. Your code is superior.
That doesn't explain why you used my armor to fix yourself.
There was a hole.
But why didn't you fix it sooner? Or with something else?
No data available.
Suffice it to say, the good guy Geth absolutely adore Shepard, and could possibly see them as a de facto mother or father figure. Especially so after the events on Rannoch, again, that being reliant on you choosing to either choose the Geth over the Quarians or bring peace between them. In the end, if the Geth survive, their entire race becomes sentient. They wake up thanks to Shepard. They are born thanks to Shepard. AKA Shepard becomes a parent to the Geth. And if you look at it religiously, Shepard becomes the ultimate mother or father figure, a god, if you will. Now, why this is so incredibly important to keep in mind is because this gives us an idea to what their goals might be in the next game. We know they're coming back. We know they hold some form of importance due to the marketing surrounding them thus far. And according to one of the N7-Day teasers, we can hear them supposedly working with Liara to Sony.
I can see it. How did we miss this? Exactly. The Council will be furious. Although they should know by now not to underestimate human defiance. Perhaps was their most endearing trait.
Now, why the hell would they be working with Liara? As far as I know, they've never had any strong ties or any connections to our Blueberry Shadow Broker. So why would they suddenly be working with her? Well, they did have one thing, and one thing only, in common. That's right, Commander Shepard. Now this is where things get really interesting, because there's one mission in Mass Effect 3 that stands apart from the rest. The mission where you literally step into the mind of the Geth Collective, walking through their memories, their thoughts, their very essence. It's one of the strangest and most abstract experiences in the entire trilogy, and if you think about it, it opens a lot of questions. You see, when you enter Geth virtual space, you're not just looking at static images or holograms. You're walking inside a fully functioning simulation, one that contains the memories and decisions of billions of Geth programs all networked together. It's a digital consciousness on a galactic scale. And here is where the theory comes in. You see, there's this long-standing idea that the Geth didn't just connect with Shepard on that mission, they copied them. Like Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077, the Geth might have created a perfect digital replica, an engram of Shepard's mind. Think about it. To interact with the virtual space, the Normandy crew connects Shepard's brain into the Geth virtual space. The Geth would have had to map Shepard's neural pathways in order to translate their consciousness into their world. And if they can do all that, what's stopping them from saving a backup copy? If this is true, then hundreds, maybe even thousands of years after Mass Effect 3, the Geth could conceivably resurrect Shepard. Not as a clone, mind you, and not as a memory, but as a fully conscious digital being in a new body. This solves so many of BioWare's narrative problems in one swift, elegant move. It sidesteps the messy ME3 endings because Shepard's survival is not tied to the Crucible's outcome. It allows BioWare to respect our choices since Shepard's original body did die, making it so that your ending still matters. And it gives the Geth a powerful motivation, reviving their mother, their father, the one who gave them life. And now Liara's involvement just makes perfect sense. If the Geth have been working in secret for centuries to bring Shepard back, who would they trust to help them? Well, of course, the galaxy's most brilliant archaeologist, the Shadow Broker, and one of Shepard's closest friends. Liara isn't just a side character anymore, she is the bridge between the past and the future. So when we hear Liara and the Geth in that teaser, maybe it isn't just some random alliance. Maybe it's because they've been working towards the same impossible goal, the return of Commander Shepard. Now, this brings us to another point which we have discussed in this channel before, and it's a very valid point to bring up. If most of the Normandy crew isn't there to greet Shepard in the future, then why would you want Shepard back at all? Our connection to Shepard is not a one-way street, because it's through Shepard that we create a connection with all the other companions, like Liara, Garrus, Tali, Jack, Javik, Rex, Grunt, Miranda, Ashley, Caden, Not You, Morden, and everyone else. And so the question is, who is even Commander Shepard without the original Normandy crew? Well, you know what? That is actually something I'd be willing to find out. Because how would you deal with the fact that you've now been resurrected far into the future when all of your friends are long gone? Would you create new connections? Would you even want to? Could you find love again? Could you find meaning again? How would you deal with the fact that you've been brought back from death a second time?
Oh shit, here we go again.
That your mind was copied before your untimely demise. And now you have to come to terms with the fact that your original body died hundreds of years ago. Are you even you anymore? Like Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077, would Shepard even be Shepard anymore, or simply just an engram? Well, I think that's worth exploring. But hey, I am not the arbiter of good ideas, so do let me know your takes on this in the comments below. And please, for the love of God, do take these videos with a grain of salt. We're all just having some goofy fun over here, alright? Anyway, thanks for watching, don't forget to check out my Patreon, and have a great day. Mr. Holton, signing off.